SGC here, and let's do this comics thing. So first up, I just wanted to show you guys what I got off Kickstarter by Katsu Kibushi. He reissued Daisy Cutter and was printed again, and it's a Kickstarter incentive thing, and I got it, and it's an amazing read. I think I read this as a kid, but didn't really remember it, but saw those saw a little bit of the previews, I'm like, oh, I've seen this. Must get it. And for 30 bucks, so it's like $25 for the book and $5 for shipping. So you get these two, you got like a postcard thingy and like a two-sided bookmark. Also, I got it signed by Boshi. Signature right there. Awesome stuff. Before I continue with this week's comics, RX Comics was an awesome store, and they did a 12/12/12 sale and like 20% off all hardcover and softcover, and I grabbed stuff. What did I grab? Sweet Tooth Volume 1, because Aaron's always raging about how awesome it is, because it's the only thing that he's reading and the only thing that he's recommending. And being an owner of a comic store, gotta say something. And I'm loving Lemire's art and everything that he's done so far, so can't wait to read. Also, picked up Fables Vol.2, because it's just Fables, and it's awesome. And that's it for the sales stuff, so let's get on with the comics. So first up, Avengers Arena, Scotty Young cover. So pretty much I would say this was a great issue, because it addresses the fact that it based itself off either Hunger Games or Battle Royale. So you got Battle Royales like in Sigma right there, so it's Battle Royale inspired logo. And Arcade as a villain is pretty intense, because I mean, these are kids again, and they have to kill each other, and they're superheroes. So how is things gonna happen? I really can't see this storyline going really far, or how affecting the real universe of Marvel this will be. But I mean, how it's gonna end, it's gonna be interesting. It's like, things are gonna change. Either that after the entire series is done, they'll say like, oh, this was only a game, so we were training you for real life or something. Like, I mean, how else could it end? Because if all these kids die, where those characters go, they're not gonna kill them off in one series with so many different characters. So yeah, check it out. Avengers Arena. Next is Cable and X-Force. X-Force is finally back. So this issue talked about how Cable is just setting up his team, and what is his team really doing? I have no idea. Hope is back. The art is pretty awesome. Though Havoc and Captain America looks very similar, so it's kind of weird. But then storyline is intriguing in a sense where what is happening with Cable, because he looks like he's in a jam. Amazing Spider-Man 699.1 Mobius. This was actually a really good read, but remember how Mobius was already introduced into the Amazing Spider-Man, or reintroduced anyway, in like the last few issues that talked about him, like Lizard and stuff? If this existed back then and then they reintroduced Mobius, I would have loved it. Because for me, I'm a noob, so it's like, I never read about this Mobius guy, and you're reintroducing him without an origin or what is he about. But this issue was great, but if it came earlier, even better. Age of Apocalypse, I am not really sure about this anymore, but after this issue, I am intrigued once again. The art for me is good, like it'll keep me on, but somewhat the storyline is like kind of like, where are they going with this? But with how this issue ended and where it's going, it seems like, okay, things are gonna be cool. And hearing that this might be linking with the Extermination title that's coming out next year, I don't know if like they're just really branching off of the storylines. So I'm wondering where this is going. I have a feeling where every time I see I have to buy this, I'll be like, oh, I have to buy it. But when I read it, I feel better about it. That's not a good feeling, but issue 11 may be better. Winter Soldier, things are really dragging really long, but though the art and storyline is good, I feel like this arc is really long. And I don't know where is it going. And I'm not sure when Brubaker is out. I think he's out for next issue forever. And pretty much, I hope they really conclude this whole Black Widow and Bucky chase scene, and like the bad guy. Like, he's been just really bad and no one's been able to take care of him. So it's kind of like, so what's happening here? Batman and Robin. Don't like this cover at all. Horrible for reading. I read how Capello talked about he was going to stretch Joker's face like really well and make it really gratuitous. But I think here, it's where it's at. Like, Joker's and Damian's conflict and like confrontation was just nuts. Like, his face was upside down. Like, that was crazy. Face changing and just the menacing wholeness of it is pretty intense. And yeah, Batman Robin, always great read. Batman. Heard about great things about this issue, but for me, it felt like Bruce Wayne was just whining and just trying to be, I'm gonna take care of this. I will fix everything. I don't need your help. And I didn't really like that sense, because it's like, this team's been established for so long now that this whole family thing is just out there. And then he seems like he's lying to himself that Joker can't be this close to all of them now. But like, that's contrary to the evidence that the rest of the team is putting up. The art is normal, great art from Capello. but the storyline was just kind of like, oh, dragging a bit. And lastly, $1 issue 1 Walking Deads. These make great Christmas presents. Also out, but I didn't grab, was Saga #1 and Fatale #1. Check these out. I mean, it's $1. The beginning of Walking Dead. Good stuff. Maybe you can get that crazy Walking Dead fanatic friend to read it, and he'll get into comics and put more money into the comic industry. Good stuff. And that's it for this week's comics. Hope you enjoyed yours because you paid for it. And as always, I get my comics at RX Comics, where you should get them too. Description box has the address. So, there you go. There's my weeks of comics. Hope you enjoyed yours. See ya.